Today on Time Lapse Trucker, we're going to talk about double clutching. Oh, what? Yeah, right, we're probably going to go out and wreck something.
Yeah, boss, we got big problems. You better call that robot, that spot show. It's Spotbot. Anybody got a 20 on that spot bot? ETA ASAP. Over.
Morning. Ah, you bugger. Just getting cut off by some B trains. Making my way into work here. Gonna go to New Hazelton, which that means some extreme, well, it's not even extreme mountain driving, it's just in the mountains. The weather can be extreme at times, but it's not extreme. Like I would say going to Golden or Revelstoke is probably more extreme than going to New Hazelton for sure. But road conditions can vary, and it can be extremely treacherous because the snow is like wet and it likes to pack. And that wet packed snow turns into like a sheet of ice. I've only experienced this a handful of times in a personal vehicle, especially the slush when you get to coast. I grew up in the Yukon my whole life, had to drive fluffy stuff, and then we went out to Prince Rupert one time for Christmas. And it was snowing, and it was like, it's just snow? This ain't no thing. But it was wet and heavy, and I actually caught the side of it and almost crashed our van right into a K-rail, because that whole strip, it was in between Terrace and Rupert, where it's all K-rail on most of the sides of the road. So yeah, I caught that slush and it sucked me right in, and that was the first time I've ever felt helpless in the winter driving. So that was an eye-opener for me, a little more respect for coastal snowstorms, a little bit. I'll slow down when it's time to be slowing down. The problem is that everybody else is slowing down way before I want to slow down. So yeah, that's part of being a driver. You got to be able to deal with everybody else that's on the road with you, and try not to be an a-hole at the same time. I got lots of patience, thank God, but there's days when I don't. So just going in now and fire up, warm up, and hit the road. Hopefully the roads are decent. We had a guy came back from there from our work. It was last week, but he said he woke up in Smithers, there was 1 foot of snow. I'm like, I've never woken up. Well, that's not true. I did wake up one time in Drayton when we're in the middle of moving a rig, and I did wake up to pretty much a foot of snow, and I was pulling 40 wheels, and I was like, I had a section of the scissor sub. And I was like, no, not going anywhere. And actually we couldn't go anywhere, but I did drive to Edmonton and back because I had to pick up an air compressor for the big rig, our 400-inch bed at Road Train. So I bobtailed into Edmonton from Drayton to get this air compressor, and it was pretty hairy. I'm like, no, I don't really feel like I want to pull wheels down the road today. So it was crappy. But anyways, we'll probably see some sweet weather, lots of snow. We'll see. Stay tuned, and we'll find out what's happening on the Highway 16. I always go the wrong way. First thing's always first. Warm this thing up even faster. Whoa, 30, that's a little hot. Just gotta remember to turn it off and move everything out of the way so it can breathe. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like you're gonna have to take the spare truck today, I guess. Anyway. That's dependable. What happens if I get out of town? far, it's looking pretty grim for tonight's drive. Just outside of MCBRIDE here, probably 15 minutes. And yeah, it was a little poopy around Moose Lake there. And Greg just sent me a photo. That's what's coming up. He's about an hour and a bit ahead of me. So that's Goat River. That's where we chained up on our last trip we went down here in that snowstorm. I think this is probably the norm for driving down here, so not a huge fan, but what do you do? Everybody else seems to get through here just fine, so I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm just worrying. I like to do that when weather's bad. Hopefully it doesn't get too bad that it slows us down a bunch. I don't know what the plan. Times 3, 4, 5, 5:30. We should be in Prince George. We get fuel there. Should be able to get to New Hazelton, really, as long as it doesn't get really poopy with the snow. It'll slow me down a bunch, but I get a following news report of Greg's in front of me, so every time it's snowing he sends me pictures. He knows I don't like it. Oh well. It'll be even worse once it gets dark. It's 1 degree right now, so it's not too bad. It's staying wet, but obviously up there it's snowing heavy enough it's just sticking to the road. Man. We only got like another hour and a bit of sunlight. Well, light. Pretty much sunlight today. A little sunny around Hinton, so that was nice. A little bit of blue sky, and then right from as soon as we got in the park there, it started to get. Actually, it wasn't until we got past Jasper, so at least it held up to there, so you kind of see the mountains. I always like showing them because I like them. All right, well, stay tuned. I'll bring you back if anything interesting happens. Hello and welcome to winter driving school. I think this is, I don't know if they call it Goat River or something. Just past, I think it's called Twin West. Putting a huge damper on my ETA. We got AFD in front of me here. Oh yeah, snowplow's turning. Oh, spinning. Look at this, that wet. This isn't what I wanted for Christmas. Right now it's sticking in my wipers and I can't see. Full heat. Crack a window. Maybe not full heat. Guy would have let me go around them. It's still it's 1 degree still right now, so it's just that perfect crappy stuff that I was talking about when I was going to leave Red Deer. It's one thing when you got pizza cutter tires, but we got those floater tires on the front. soon as you get on the slope, you're just like, alright, well, if I hit the ditch, I'll bring it back. Oh, we got some stuff going on here now. Hazards are on. Got some guys, looks like, spun out on the hill. Which Jake's stalling here, so. I guess the chain-up lights weren't on. Look at it, there's like, it's just the plow over, but if I had to stop, I couldn't. Oh, going sideways there a little bit, yep. Chaining up, brother. Oh boy. V-trains. Uh-oh. What's going on, Ricky? Tried to back it up. Got something on his head. Definitely screwed. Meanwhile, the plow truck is. Okay, well, that guy's across the road beyond this guy. Number one reason why I don't pull B trains at all, ever, not happening, because of this. Oh, buddy's trailer's gone. My trailer's still straight. What up? Well, I think this is what falls under the category of extreme weather. You're allowed to maybe some extra time in your logbook. Come on, dude, we can't sit on the hill. Someone else is going to come over the crest and destroy us. Well, well. Guess I can turn on the old Rado, but of course no one's going to be on the channels that we'd run in Alberta. Who's honking? Somebody call Jamie Davis!
Don't back up, the grader's coming behind you.
Channel, I guess. Where were you 20 minutes ago, Mr. Grader? Probably went home for din. And then look what happens. Oh, that guy's trying to get going. I can see him rocking. Dude, that guy's gonna slide right into him. It's enough of the hazards.
You get through there, guys?
Yeah, you got it. Oh boy. and spin my trailer into someone and kill them. Better close the window. You guys might want to chain up. It's like, hey, can you help me chain up? I don't know how to chain up. You shouldn't be driving out here in the winter if you don't know how to chain up. Watch Ice Road Truckers, it'll teach you real good. First, you lie your chains down on the ground in front of the truck. Then you drive over them to the right spot where they're underneath the axle you want to chain up. And then you pull the weight of all the chain up over the top.
What are you westbound on here?
Yeah.
What's it doing there? I see you're switching sides with those guys.
There's 4 trucks spun out on the hill up there.
Okay, and they're all over the road in the middle?
We get around the right side there and then through the middle at the other 2. There's 2 B trains just past the maintenance camp there that are spun out. They're chaining up, so it shouldn't be too long.
You're still chaining up?
They were when we rolled by, yeah. Or let's say one was chaining up and the other one was looking confused.
That's the truth.
Alright, hopefully it works out better for you guys.
There's 4-wheeler parked in the middle of there?
There's a pickup at the back of the last guy there that was waving us through.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, well, let's continue on. Just rolling into PG here. Just hopped out to clean the residual ice off my headlights so I could see a little better. There, the light bar was completely packed, so then it's right now it's a sheet of ice. Well, it's not a sheet of ice, but it's very slippery. Sideways. So yeah, I'm gonna push on to Smithers for the night.